Yo, what's happening? Welcome back to Saeed TV and welcome to the debate show. It is Saturday, 7 p.m. Well, 7:05 p.m. Danny will come back in shortly. But we have some interesting developments, people. And I see everybody crying in the chat. Maybe some people are not. Maybe some people are, you know what? Let's trust in Ten Hag. But we are here for the debate show. There's already 300 reviews in the chat. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Kaz, what are you telling me, Kaz? Everything all good?
Yeah, man, other than my stomach being upset, that's why this stream is a bit late. So my bad. I will take accountability for Danny and Neeks down there. They weren't late. But yeah, man. Like my stomach's upset, but my mind isn't upset. I don't mind the Weghorst thing. I don't mind the Felix lowered fee if that's the case. We are broke, but something that is for free, and the guys that are not broke, is to smash the like button right now, if you don't mind, for my guy Saeed and obviously these beautiful gentlemen down below me. But yeah, man,
that's not what you were saying off stream.
I changed my tone in it because I'm positive right now.
He's not the same man he was.
I'm not hearing no Eric Van Hal shit. Anyone that's Eric Ten Hag out or even remotely says anything for that, your public enemy number one. And that's about it, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. Neeks, it's good to have you back, man. Happy New Year and hope you're well, man. Hope you're well, bro.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everyone in the chat. Good to be back. I'm not going to go too much into it until, this topic starts in it. But right now, things are positive, Man United. So I'm trying to see the light at the end of most tunnels. Some of those tunnels are long and dark, but
pause.
Things are going all right.
Pause. Massive pause.
Yeah, why still? So why?
Yeah. Daddy, chat to me, man. You had KFC and them, you know what I mean? I was a KFC, man. What'd you get? What'd you order?
I think me and Cass might have the same dodgy KFC still. Not gonna lie. Listen, I'll be public enemy number one. Listen, man. In Eric Van Hal, I trust in it. That's what I'm gonna say for now, innit?
Wow. But listen, people, we got a lot to discuss, man. Like I said, over 400 of you in the chat. Please smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Never a Foul. Subscribe to Neeks Football, Neeks Sports, sorry. So yeah, make sure you go check that out. And obviously Danny on his socials as well. But we had some interesting developments in the last half an hour. Man United are advanced in the loan of Wout Weghorst. That'll be a funny name for people to kind of pronounce.
The W's are V. I think it's Wout Weghorst.
It's Weghorst.
But yeah, Kaz, you got a bit of Dutch in you. You know what I mean? I don't know how, but you got a bit of Dutch in you. The Besiktas player is one of the Man United's priorities. Negotiations revolve around paying loan and are considered advanced internally. Neeks, chat to me, man. I'll start off with you first. What are you saying, bro? You shaking your head there? You're not happy? What's going on, man?
I'm not happy at this, man. Come on, let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. First, we were talking about Gakpo, and everyone wasn't sold on Gakpo, but it was one of those where even if he weren't the long-term striking option, you knew that long-term he could find a way in the team because he's so versatile across that front three. There's talks about Vlahovic because of Juve's financial situation. Then we're hearing the links to João Felix. These are all, different levels, but quality in their own way. And I'm not saying Weghorst isn't quality in his own way. But is it the quality we need? Is it the quality we really want? Are we really that just scraping bottom of the barrel, Oliver Twist, please, sir, can I have some more? That we just take anyone. Because that's how it seems like. Because we know we're broke, we'll just take anything. Listen, I've seen homeless people on the road reject things that people try to give. I tried to give some homeless people stuff and they reject it. So if they've got enough, I don't know what about them to reject that when they ain't got, respectfully, some of them ain't got a pot to piss in. Why are we just accepting Wout Weghorst because he's available and the ones we really wanted ain't available? No.
But you have to work within your means, bro.
Wait, how many streams you do a week? You haven't mentioned Wout Weghorst once.
You know me. You have to get with the times. This is Man United right now. Listen, Laura Whitwell has just put out something. Big up to Kaz. Man United have held exploratory talks over signing Wout Weghorst on loan. Would require Besiktas to agree to Burnley recall, but Weghorst seen as genuine short-term option. This is what I mean, Neeks. This is the short-term option. There is not much out there.
The Dutch Igalo. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Don't ever
Wow.
disrespect. No, you
Only
can't.
gonna
Nah.
Ten Hag. What's going on there? Like, what we
Why are
saying?
you men are ungrateful fuckers, you know that?
No,
Ungrateful, bro. Ungrateful.
No.
Oh,
No,
but
come on, guys.
He scored a decent goal in the World Cup against Argentina, and everyone's gassed on him. Nobody was gassed on him when he displaced Chris Wood at Burnley. Come on, man.
No, but guys, yeah. Let me just come at this here. This is a Ten Hag signing. This is a Ten Hag. He wants this player, right? For me, you got to trust the manager first and foremost, and I'm sure you guys trust the manager.
No. Say. One second. You know, sometimes you're running late for work, and you didn't have time to prepare the lunch you actually wanted, but maybe there was a little work meeting and they had some little sandwiches left over. You eat the sandwich, a man can't tell you, oh yeah, you want these sandwiches for lunch. No, I wanted patty and cocoa bread, but I didn't have time. Things were moving, and I just had to get. He did not. He doesn't want Wout Weghorst. He wanted Gakpo or someone else. Let's be honest.
But we couldn't pay the money for Gakpo. You know that we didn't have the money for Gakpo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not as if
you're saying it's a Ten Hag signing. No,
We got lucky that we didn't get Gakpo.
He's just
Man.
accepting it. He's like, all right.
So you're seeing no positives in this signing. You're seeing no positives.
No, the only positive is that it's an extra person. I ain't saying he's a bad player, but I'm not gonna try and gas it up like, now we can sign Kyle Charge. Put like this: signing Wout Weghorst for me does nothing to our prospects this season. It doesn't increase nor decrease.
Who knows? It's a different option.
Top four or win a trophy. It doesn't for me.
How do you know that? You know, every squad doesn't have. No, hold on a minute. Every squad doesn't have to have amazing talent. Yes or no? Every squad, there's always a player that's part of a winning title run that creates an impact within his own right. Alex Ferguson didn't have so many talented players, but they worked in a system and what the manager did, how they used him, how they operated him. Listen, we're not saying that Weghorst is unbelievable signing, but it's an option. It's something that we've seen before in terms of Sebastian Haller when we went to Ajax.
Bebe was an option. I wasn't gassing it up. I'm not going to gas it up. Overton was an option. I'm not going to gas it up. So I gassed up Kagawa because he was about something. And it didn't. I'm not gassing it up. Okay.
Okay. Danny, I'm going to bring you involved. And without saying what you said, backstage, give me, before we, because I don't want too much negatives out here. I want to see positives. So, Danny, give me the positives from this signing if we do get him.
The positives are he comes in with low expectations.
Yeah.
I guess there's nothing but
not from Saeed and Kaz. They're expecting peak RVP out here.
No, I'm not.
Wait, whoa. No one said that. No one said that.
That's the only positive, low expectations. So if there's low expectations, there's nothing but upside. If he does well, bonus. If he doesn't, it's a Weghorst. However, I won't go into it because you want positivity. You want me to be on the payroll like
No. Before you go to what you really want to say.
If Martial gets injured and we have to rely on this guy, then what? Then the low expectations and nothing but upside goes out the window. Or he still ends up on the bench and we're playing Rashford through the middle. And we know his best position is left wing or left forward role. It's an underwhelming signing. Let's be honest, it's underwhelming. No, I'm going to say it, man. Listen, Gakpo, Depay, and now this guy, man. Listen, man. Ten Hag's moving like Eric Van Gaal. That's how he's moving. Yeah, Eric Van Gaal. That's what I'm going to call him. Yeah, every time.
You call it by his name. He's earned a good respect. You call it by his name. Come on, you're being disingenuous now. He's
Eric Van Gaal. If this guy flops, I'm calling Ten Hag Eric Van Gaal in relation to this signing, innit? But what am I supposed to say, man? What am I supposed to say? It's like Nick said. Nobody was talking about this guy. This wasn't what I was expecting. I understand the position the club is in. I get it, right? When I first heard this, I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe Ten Hag's getting impatient because we've got lots of games left in January. Then I go and look. We've got 3 games left over like 13 or 12 days. Then there's a little winter break going before February. There's a little break. So it's not even that. This is just, I guess this is the guy that he wants. He wants a striker. He loves tall strikers, by the way. He's always liked tall strikers. This guy.
So at least he has a principle. He has a philosophy. He has something in his mind. It's not as if he's freestyling this transfer.
Do you know what it is? And again, I'm just speculating because I don't know much about this guy. I'm going to keep it real. I don't remember him at Burnley. Don't remember him at all. If you notice, we put a lot of balls into the box and nobody ever seems to be there because the guy playing up front isn't a striker. So maybe Ten Hag's like, well, he will be there. And some of these chances could have been easy goals, but you don't know that because there wasn't a striker there to make it an easy goal because Martial was outside the penalty box and not running into the. So maybe that's why Ten Hag's gone for him, innit? But my expectation.
Can I just say?
He can't. No, hold on a minute. This guy here says Saidi can't run. Is that what all football is? Just kick and run.
Berbatov never ran, fam.
Berbatov never ran. Did you watch Berbatov, mate? I don't know if you've just started watching.
Berbatov was what's the word? Deceptively quick, innit? Yeah.
Walking football. I'm sorry. You don't have to be quick to be playing football. You know what I mean? There are technical players out there. Listen, I'm not saying this quickly. Let
me just ask something because obviously Danny mentioned about the low expectation unless Martial is now injured. So my question to those who are happy for this, listen, I'm not gonna run the guy. I'm not gonna start Weghorst out banners like fly over Old Trafford. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not happy about the signing. But for those who are happy about it, or can see more positives than negatives, or whatever, if Martial was out long term, do you have the belief that he is a good enough replacement?
Is that Ten Hag's fault though?
No, I'm not talking about Ken. This ain't about Ten Hag. This is about Manchester United buying.
Yeah, Man United. We're in trouble. Yes, but
you know what?
Okay,
let me say that.
I kind of have the feeling that you're putting it down to Ten Hag. It's not.
No, I'm not. No.
Let me answer your question.
No, okay, Danny. Sorry, Danny. You are.
I still think. Let's say Martial got injured. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw Rashford through the middle of the option B. Not even this guy.
I don't mind that though.
Hold on. Which brings the signing into question even more. You go into the market. Your striker goes down. He better be Plan B. If he ends up being Plan C, big question mark. And then for me, that puts even more importance on Jadon Sancho coming back fit and playing well. Because Garnacho's just upside. I'm expecting Garnacho to carry the left-hand side if we lose bodies, innit? So, listen, man.
And this is the thing. So but the thing is, if you're signing about Weghorst as a permanent backup for 6 months, i.e., it's Martial with him on the bench or Rashford with him on the bench, cool. But signing him doesn't solve the actual problem that we're talking about because we're signing him.
January is that situation.
So that's what I'm saying. So we will need to sign him and João Felix. Like nothing doesn't really. That's the part I'm making. Nothing changes.
Now I'm with you. Go and get both. Like I'm going to bring up the situation with João Felix. I think it's on here. But Atletico Madrid now are demanding a 9.5 million loan fee and a commitment to buy at 70.5 million from MUFC for João Felix. Kaz, that makes sense, innit, right? You know what I mean? Go and get both of them.
Snap your hand off for that, bro. Like, if Weghorst is going to be practically free anyways, then where's the other a little bit of money anyways? Like, 9.5 million loan fee. That's... Bro, where's that, Danny? What, half of Ronaldo's wages?
Hold on a second. Snap your hand off for what?
João Felix, if that was a 70.5 million in the summer.
You want to pay 70 million for João Felix?
Bro, I'm getting that Dubai money, bro. I don't care.
Well, you don't want to.
70 million?
Yeah, so I'm having that.
So what are you thinking? 50 million, 40 million?
He ain't going for less than that. How much
do you think he is?
At that price, go get me an actual striker whose name's Vlahovic.
I don't think he's going to be playing a striker, I'll be honest.
Okay. So why are we spending 70 million on someone who's not going to be a striker? That makes zero sense. That makes even less sense.
No, I think because you know what.
But in the summer, we need numbers anyway. When you look at Bruno Fernandes,
if we do that, he's definitely not coming back.
Yeah, I think he'd be more of like a successor kind of for Bruno, like or something.
Yeah, maybe
like that kind of role, and he can play more.
Do you know about this Neeks? The man them on the ground are talking about Felix as a 10, innit?
No, he's not.
No, I like it. Preferably, I don't look at him as a 10. I look at him, but I look at him more as a like an 8. I like him when he's in an advanced 8 role. Like I don't like the back to goal stuff. I don't like that. No, I think he plays there. He plays it well.
He's better on the left, like most of these players.
Yeah, put in the left centre mid, bro, in a 3, more advanced than most.
You can't play me.
Yeah, he can. Yes, he can. He's got and he can definitely do it.
Zamias is coming here saying
he's not a striker though.
Let's read the super chat from Zayn Miassi. I don't know what he's trying to say here, but he says United are going for players like Arsenal and for Rice, Felix, and Mudryk. Come on, you Gunners. Listen, man, you go sort out that Mudryk situation, man. You know,
They want 100
one at a
million.
time for you. You know what I mean? Exactly. You go
Hey,
and
remember this Saeed, yeah, I tweeted out, yeah, bro, Arsenal going to be getting him for 88 million, yeah, and I got Jessica Black, Laguna said, yeah, but we just put in 55 million, yeah, rejected. Okay, but look at it now. I got a tweet from Goonlee, like, and Jessica, I think both of them tagged me in the 70 million rejected, bro. I'm like, you're paying money. Shakhtar don't fuck about, you know, like, sorry for swearing. I'll try to tone that down a little bit, but I would say they don't mess about, you know, like they are going to chop, like they will make sure you break all your fingers before you pay anything. 80 million, take him or leave it. We don't need no money.
Guys, there's over 800 of you in the chat, guys. Over 800. Please smash a like on the video right now if you're watching. But listen, the more I look at this Weghorst signing, I understand Neek's point. I understand Danny's point. I get it. It's not the glamorous signing. It's a signing that he believes will be effective for what we want to do. It's a signing that he believes that we need a different style to maybe what a Martial's doing right now. And he's I think there's a comment here. He says he likes his personality. He likes what he's going to give him. So it's definitely Ten Hag has a way of doing stuff, and he wants that sort of player. There's no one else in January. Where else do we go in January?
You know,
Abu Bakr. You want Abu Bakr then? You guys?
This is what Abu Bakr. Forget it. See Wout Weghorst. I think it's for me. I'm quite excited for the signing a little bit in terms of just because a different option. No. I'm genuinely not excited, but listen, like. I like that. You know what it is, Danny? It's the options. I like options, bro. Like when it comes to the team, if we was to get like a Depay or something, I'll be vexed. Get a Cody Gakpo because that will be the guy going forward late into next season. Going to be vexed. Didn't want none of those guys. I did want a target man. Maybe he's not the most glamorous target man, but he has got about a handful. I think he's got about 9 goals and like 4 or 5 assists in the Turkish league itself, including whatever. So he's not that bad of a signing. He can find a net. And the thing is, what I like most about it, you know, it might be 6'6". He might. Remember Man United, that link-up play as well. Like, the guy can play link-up as well. But that makes me want...
He's a decent player. Like,
but he can link-up play. But for me, if it's a stopgap for a 6-month loan, for me, I don't mind that. Just till the end of the summer. No one should be annoyed by this because you got to put... Just see, you know what it is, Neeks, yeah? Sorry, yeah? I look at where I saw us last year, and I want to see where we are this year. And I don't want to be ungrateful for what he's doing for our club and currently what's going on with the situations. Beggars, you know what it is? It's the perfect phrase for this right now for all of us. Beggars can't be choosers. And that's as real right there. The striker market stinks unless you're going to fork out what Danny said, a 70 million. You might as well get a striker for 70 million, then obviously go get a Felix or something. But if you're going to do that, then, you know, it's no point going for that market because we're broke. And that's just my opinion. Guys, keep smashing the like button. I think there's like 200, there's like 800 odd man in here, and there's only 2, and it's like quarter of you only like the video. Do say some favors, take 2 seconds out of your time. All of us are giving us our time on a Saturday to talk to you, man. Please smash the like button for my man, and obviously follow these 2 down here. And don't worry about me.
I think we're only listen. This isn't about Ten Hag for me. It's not about Ten Hag. It's not about me saying Ten Hag doesn't know, has got no talent ID. What's he doing, messing up Man United? This signing's going to ruin it. It's not about that. My frustration is that we are in for Wout Weghorst. And why are we in for him? We're in for him because of the situation that our owners have put us in, where he's not Ten Hag's first choice. He's not Ten Hag's second choice. Let's not kid ourselves. He is 3rd, 4th on his list, and he's a signing. It's the Igalo all over again. We wanted
the reality of where Man United are.
Haaland, so we ended up with Igalo. That's literally. So I didn't blame, us back then for getting Igalo, but it was more, why are we in a situation where we're having to get Igalo? Why can we not get our first or second choice? That's the issue, and so I can't be excited about it.
Do you know what it is as well? So before the World Cup, after the World Cup, we're looking at it saying, yo, if we get a striker in January, it's going to elevate our season. Maybe we can do more than what we expected. And now it's this guy. Now the landscape's changed again. It's not even a sideways step. I don't know. It's not backwards.
It's not backwards. It's not a backwards. It's not a backwards.
I just said, for me, we signed back. Okay, we signed back Weghorst. Does it change your expectations for the rest of the season? Are you more confirmed in top 4? Are we definitely going to win it? Like for me, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Before I answer that question, I just want to get G super chatting. He goes, 70 million for Felix is an absolute steal. This kid is one of the most talented young footballers in Europe. I'm not sure people realize the talent he possesses.
Listen, it's not about the talent, it's the context of the situation. Yeah. Atletico Madrid paid 100 million for him, maybe a little bit more. It hasn't worked out, whether you want to blame Simeone, whatever it is, and he's falling out with the coach. You don't pay 70 million in those circumstances.
Yeah.
That ultimately he was supposed to be a prodigy, and for me, the greatest players thrive in any circumstance. In it, you don't bail Atletico Madrid out by giving them 70 million and help them recoup 75% of the fee that they paid. That's ridiculous for me. For a guy they want to loan out because he doesn't want to play for them no more. 70 mil. I think you said the number side. 50 mil, reasonable, isn't it, for the talent?
No, but that's what I was thinking.
The circumstances, paying 70 million be irresponsible, in my opinion.
Yeah. Danny, you ready for the Emirates at Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka? We also have Bellingham coming back next season, who's better than Martial. Oh, my
Good
day.
for you,
Listen,
man. Good for you.
Saturday night, get off the shisha pipes, get home and relax, man. Stop the shishas, man. It's not good for you, Zayn Miasi. So please stop it. Fabrizio Romano's just tweeted right now. He said, Man United have been offered the chance to sign Weghorst as a new striker, exploring conditions of the deal, as reported. 10 million buy options including the deal, so it's up to Besiktas and Burnley. The players already given the green light. Of course, this is a dream move for Weghorst. But it's a mad one.
What do you mean 10 million buy option?
Can I ask you a question, Danny?
Yeah.
Weghorst or Giroud?
Giroud.
Yeah,
Weghorst or Marcus Thuram?
Don't you dare say that tight hamstring guy, man.
Marcus Thuram.
Okay. I got one more.
Thuram do? Is that loan? Is Thuram loan?
Low.
No. I saw it was a buy option.
Yeah, if it's a loan.
I can't believe we're doing this, by the way. Glazers, get out of my football club. Weghorst or Abu Bakr? This is what we're dealing with, people. This is what we're dealing with, man.
No,
and you, man, like I said, I have to take anything right now.
You know what? For agenda purposes, just because the timeline will be lit in it, Abu Bakr in it. Let's go.
I mean, he can run. No, I'll go Weghorst. I'll go Weghorst over Abu Bakr. I'll go Weghorst.
And then you got look at Big Steve in the chat, man. Look at Big Steve. Like, this is what I mean. We're feeding into this absolute nonsense. Imagine chatting about Felix and getting.
Is he even the Dutch Peter Crouch? I think you're disrespecting Peter Crouch.
Well, yeah, exactly. Peter Crouch.
He might have over 100 goals in the Premier League, or close to.
Yeah, surely he's spent his whole career.
Yeah. He was
Yusuf says rather have an attitude at this rate. This is mad, that we're actually doing this, and
so
this
you
is why
hold on. Why are you so positive about this signing? Please let us
know. Why am I positive about signing? No.
That's right.
I'm not positive at this signing. There's a difference, but I'm also not negative about this signing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just, it is what it is. I'm understanding the situation. It's bleak. We don't have any money, and right now it's loans. And it's loans. You can get loans here. You can get desperate loans. This has become a desperate loan, but is this what the manager wants? And we just have to back the manager on what he believes. At this minute right now, there's no point being negative and saying, pulling out, and what do you call it, and kind of just thinking mad about it. I just got to say, you know what? It is what it is, and let's see what the manager can do with it. Trust the manager. That's all I can do at the minute.
By the way, Peter Crouch has 106 goals and 68 assists in 467 games. That's not a bad return,
For a player like him as well.
Good player.
Abu Bakr, now Said, you're killing me. Bro, this is the signing, man. Abu Bakr. He's coming. He might be coming, and he's another one. Apparently, his contract has been terminated.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
They said to register Ronaldo, but I'm wondering why can't they do both? I don't know if they got wage cap or foreign restriction. I don't know.
What's his goal record, Weghorst? What's his goal record career-wise?
I'm literally looking at it right now in the Eredivisie. He's got way over 100, so we're good there, man. He's way over 100. He's got 100. He's got 172 goals and 51 assists in 414 appearances.
Hold on. Well, what league are most of those goals scored in?
Eredivisie,
Why does it matter?
Bundesliga. No, most of them is in the Bundesliga, and then
Yeah.
Eredivisie where he started his career off, and then he went to some next division. Maybe that's where it's the start of his career. What's the Kuchen Divisie? Is that the way he started his career? Yeah, that's Netherlands second tier. So he started off in Netherlands second tier before he went up then to the Bundesliga. Then obviously he went to whatever.
Yeah, he's only got 21 goals in the second tier, the 172, and the rest are top division. But he's got 17, 144 in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, for Weghorst, for Wolfsburg, he got 70 goals and 144 appearances. That's not a bad return.
That tells me what I need to know about that.
But it's target, man.
But that's not great for the Bundesliga.
How many games did he play Burnley, Cass? How many games did he play?
For Burnley, he played only 20 games, only got a couple goals and a few assists. But in that Burnley team, maybe he should have done a little bit better, to be fair, because they crossed the ball all the time. But they're always he joined the Burnley team that was
In decline.
basically in decline, in relegation, all that kind of stuff. So you're not going to get the best joy regardless of what striker you are.
Yeah, you know what it is here? It's a sticky situation, this, because United have neglected this position since the summer, and they kind of banked on Ronaldo staying, which again he wasn't really happy and he wanted to leave in the summer. Then they kind of banked on Martial staying fit as well, which again Danny can said at any point can get injured. And now they're in a situation where they know that the striker market was probably declining. When do you reckon the striker department's been declining for? How long would you say the striker department has been a bit meaty? You'd say last 2 years, last 2-3 years when you look at it? It's not no, just in general, like, you know, when you look at the striker market in Europe, when you look at it right now, it's not the best in the world.
No,
so
it's
you
not.
kind of knew this coming. Sorry?
It's not, but I don't see how this doesn't make me feel any better about this signing.
No, I'm not saying. That's what I'm saying again. I'm not making you feel better.
I think it's the way that the football's changed, where your main goal scorers for a lot of the big teams are your wide forwards. So now so a lot of players are molded in that way, or they've been playing that way. And if you're scouting for a number 9, it's going to be limited because a lot of the top teams don't play with a traditional 9. So he wants a traditional number 9 by all intents and purposes. It's going to be limited because he's trying to play in a way or scores in a way that doesn't fit the current mode. Like Haaland is an outlier. Obviously, Vlahovic is there, but a lot of the top teams don't play with a proper number 9. So
you know what it is? There's this weird, and it's not just in the striking position; it's in midfield as well. There's this weird gap from age 28 to close to 30. For whatever reason, that generation is kind of dead. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, go and look into who the best players are in between age 23 to 30. In a lot of the positions, there's only a handful of players in each position that are actually top quality. So it's the guys over 30, over 29, and the guys coming through under 23 across all positions that are looking better. But Nick's hit the nail on the head. It's this one up front thing. It's the one up front issue. Like, if most teams are playing 2 strikers, you'd have a lot more talent coming through. Think about all the players who aren't making it because they're being judged on, can you play up front by yourself? Like, that's what they're being judged on.
We missed out on Maya, man, big time in January, man. Alvarez, love that player.
Yeah, that was last year. I know. Obviously, Ragnick recommended it. You know what I mean?
No, he didn't. Stop
what would be?
No, he didn't.
How can he fit the system, Danny?
I don't know. I can't.
No. Come on, man. You're the tactician.
I don't know. I'm not that familiar. I don't know I don't have an intimate knowledge of this guy's game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I missed his time at Burnley. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No. He's a guy who can hold the plate. He's physically, you know what I mean. He's a big specimen. You know, tall, direct. In that
all
aspect,
I'm saying is, if he's a striker that plays the whip for the goal, there are a lot of situations you've seen in the last 3 games where Martial and on occasion Rashford should have been there. They're not there where you expect a striker to be. So if he is a striker, if that's how he plays, like if he's between the whip for the goal, then I see that benefit, assuming his finishing will be up to scratch.
You can't be playing him if we're chasing the game. You can't be playing him. Like, it's got to be one of those things where we're totally dominant because he ain't gonna press like the way Marcel is gonna press, or he's gonna have to play more smart or position himself more smart because again, it'll be like having Ronaldo up front all over again.
Are you saying he ain't got legs, Cass?
No, Weghorst he can run. He's not He's not that. You know what's mad for a 6'6" guy? He's not that slow.
But he ain't pressing. He ain't gonna press. He ain't.
No, but yeah, that's the only thing is he's not gonna press mad. But what he can do is
I know
his
he's
position.
He's
This is
a
what I mean. This is
sub.
the only
He's a
issue I have with
sub.
this. That's why I said the only way. Yeah, he has to be a sub. Of course, he has to be a sub. He's never gonna be a star. But in case Marcel does get injured, it's
He's
like,
still a
bro, how are we
sub.
gonna play? How are
If
we gonna play?
Marshall's injured, he's a sub. If Marshall's injured,
He's
he's
gonna
a
have
sub.
to. Yeah, he's gonna have to be because we can't press with a 6'6" man. Let's face it. Did Peter
Let me-
Crouch ever press? No.
Yeah, big up to Aya Gumedi. He says, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I have to admit, it's strange hearing United fans seriously talking about Weghorst and his stats. The world has changed. Listen,
It's right,
it's
though.
reality. Sometimes you have to face reality, though. The reality right now is we have to think about loan signings, and Weghorst is one of them. You know
what it is?
he-
Though? Like, one thing
Yeah.
you're right on is Anik's as well. Like we I think we owe 300 million in transfer fees, so it's up
man.
from 100 mil from last summer. We're 103 million into our overdraft. You know, I get it. It's, but then don't. Why were you even looking at a Felix? Don't give me those expectations, and then give me a Weghorst. That's the issue. Really, is the expectations were set. If they told man early in January straight away, the budget is really, really low. We're not even entertaining a player who's going to command more than, say, 70 grand a week. Cool. Like with the second goalkeeper thing. Nobody was expecting anything from the second goalkeeper. Expectations weren't set. We weren't expecting someone to come in to challenge David De Gea.
No.
We went and got Jack Butland. When I saw that stuff, I was like, all right, cool, whatever. But I don't care. De Gea's the number one, innit? It's not an issue, innit? It's whatever. But yeah, man, they set the expectations high by looking at Gakpo. Even Depay, who I didn't want Depay.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
I don't want.
Laura Whitwell's just come
Felix,
out.
like, how'd you go from Gakpo, Depay, Felix to Weghorst? It's just underwhelming, isn't it? That's all.
Man United are looking at several striker targets, including Memphis Depay, but would need to be a loan. So again, everyone that thinks, again, when we're talking about money and this is not good enough, this is the reality. For what's good enough to what's the reality, they're two completely different things. But Depay, Neeks, Depay, are you feeling Depay?
I don't want Depay. If we hadn't signed Depay back in 2015, then maybe I'd be like, oh yeah, let's try it. But I think I said this before now. It didn't work for us back then. He's been aight since he left because he was good at Lyon, but that's the Uber Eats league, and he's been aight for Barcelona. So it's not one of those ones where I can't believe we let him go. Look what he's doing abroad. Let's get him back. He ain't done enough for me to bring back someone who failed the first time. I'm not saying it was all his fault why he failed, whatever, but he failed. It was a failed transfer. He failed the first time. He ain't done much to bring us back. I'd rather get Weghorst than Depay just because I know what Depay is about, and I don't want him because it didn't work the first time. So I don't want either. I don't want either.
You know what, cuz beggars, we you know what I mean? We're beggars right now, and we're starting to choose it. Is that a reality? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, beggars starting to choose it.
Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? Beggars can't be choosers. I don't mind this signing. It's a different option. I believe Ten Hag to get the best out of players as well. The one that you can say that he hasn't is Sancho. Obviously, like,
You know,
if it's like, bro, I'm just putting my full faith in the guy, man. Like, he's rang back some players that look absolutely done and dusted, man, and it's true.
you know what's funny though, yeah.
And I think our manager's a tactician as well, man. If he's gonna put him up there, then so be it. But it's not. I don't think. Obviously, he's not his number one choice. He's probably like his fourth choice. Let's face it. Maybe he wants him because we ain't got a clue. Because we ain't got. Who else we gonna get? I want a target, man. I don't want another similar profile to Martial. Who we got on the agenda that we can realistically get?
No one.
No one.
Look at Aslan here. Aslan here.
Now I want to read this. Let me read the super chat.
Yeah,
right?
go on.
We'd rather sign no one and maintain our standards, and that's an important super chat. The most important super chat of the night. Yeah, this is what's what's ironic about this. Ten Hag's just been quoted saying what? Man United have been signing average players before I got here, who were not up to the standard of Manchester United Football Club, and within 24 hours.
What are you trying to say then? Is he a hypocrite?
It's not. He's being forced to be. If he is a hypocrite, he's being forced to be one, and that's the problem. He's being forced to be a hypocrite. That's the issue.
No, but if you think about what he means, though, it's kind of true. On the players that they bought in, they never fit their philosophy.
But now we know. But this is the problem. right? So now he's going to learn what happened to the previous coaches. Yeah.
No, but they weren't great
People
managers.
see that, and then they'll run their
But Saeed, the thing is, why did they have to sign those players that
Exactly.
Well, why did they have to sign Maguire? Why did they have to sign Wan-Bissaka? Because
I'm
the
talking about
ID wasn't great.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about every single. There's a number of players that they had to sign that were average because they couldn't get who they actually wanted.
Yeah,
And now he may have to face the same reality that he has to maybe sign a few average players.
So hold on a minute.
I
So
give an
you're
example.
saying-
We wanted to
hold
get.
on a minute. Let me get back to Nick's point. So you're saying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted to buy Koulibaly, so he went down to Harry Maguire.
You
No,
mentioned Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Harry Maguire, or Koulibaly. I didn't say every player, but there's a. I didn't say
Let's
every
say
player.
one player. Let's say one player then.
all
Let's
right.
say
You
one
wanted
player.
Haaland. You got Igalo. Then you got Cavani.
No, but Haaland, man. Listen,
What?
there's rumors as well that Haaland's situation as well was down to the fact that he didn't believe in what Man United were trying to do at the time, and he
Still doesn't
felt
change
that.
the fact that the number one choice was an elite striker, and we tried to get him from Salzburg. Not like we only started chasing him once he got to Dortmund. Everybody knew. No, we tried to get him at Salzburg.
Yeah.
We ended up with Igalo, then it ended up with Cavani. We can go back to Moyes. We wanted Thiago. Moyes didn't know who he was.
The reason why I can't beat Ten Hag down for this year, and
Hey,
I'm going to disagree heavily on your point about standards and whatnot, is because this is not a permanent signing. This is
I
not.
said that. I prefaced that at the start.
Yeah.
I said at the start, it's not a permanent signing. I just said it's.
So we can't beat him with that same bush.
Within
Yeah.
24 hours of him saying that, he's forced into a position to get a player that
The timing isn't right, but I hear your point. Yeah.
But this is what Man United. But this is the thing. When he's being critical of the previous transfer policy, he'll now learn this football club under the Glazers will put you in situations you don't want to be in. You know, you're managing Man United, and you're having to go and get Weghorst in January. That's
I'll be honest.
Glazer
If he can get us 5 to 10 goals till the end of the season,
Mate.
as a sub, I'm happy with that.
Igalo got us five goals.
I don't. You know what is the maddest thing?
They were
I
spread
don't
over
even think.
COVID,
I don't
FA
even
one of
think
those goals was a
Igalo.
final as well.
You know, the thing is, Igalo, like, I get it, people mock him, but he wasn't actually that bad, bro. Like, his hold up, I remember at one point we was playing some ball with him, playing as his hold up, and it was actually
The
doing
derby,
right.
man. Remember the
I
derby?
tell you what, Ogala should have got more
I
game
remember
time.
I agree, Danny. He probably should have, you know.
I was feeling it when he was playing.
Big up to Aya. Big up to Aya. By the way, there's nearly 1,000 people in the chat right now. Subscribe to Never a Foul. Subscribe to Neat Sport. Follow Danny on Twitter, man. The king of spaces, man. So make sure you go follow Danny, Devil in the Details.
Back.
Yeah, there you go, man. Aya Gumeda says, I said when Ten Hag snatched Lisandro, people are sleeping on United. Eric Ten Hag is a real deal. He's made a mess of players into a team working in sync. And that's another thing we're underplaying as well. Ten Hag's ability to transform players is mad. You know what I mean? The rise of Tadic, the rise of Sebastian Haller. You know, listen, things look bleak right now, but if he can play in a system that has better players, listen, Burnley were Burnley. You know what I mean? He's now got players around him that are quality. If you've got Rashford putting balls on a plate for you right now, listen, he's got to score goals. And I think for me right now, I'm not trying to put too much pressure on him, but he has got a better team. So therefore,
I love the way that he's really searching for the positive.
Well, listen, you have to be positive, man. I have to be the man that is positive. I have to be the man that I have to be positive about.
You're not even glass half full. This is a full. This is a full pint. Like, other than David De Gea,
Danny, man, don't be negative, man. I'm just on a run here. I'm on a nice little roll here. Relax, man, Danny.
Listen, I'm usually glass half full, innit? But like, listen, man. You know what? I'm listening. Like I said,
Man said he's Rashford putting balls in the plate. Man put in 2 crosses yesterday, and they talk about like he's a chief creator, playmaker. Like,
listen, he's doing his thing, man. Rashford is doing his thing, man. You got to give it him. Like I said, I've got biggest L right now.
You know what's weird as well? Like, it's not even like now. I'm just gonna run agenda to be negative. Don't take any of this seriously. I'm just gonna run it in it. Like, it's not even like
now when I want you positive, you're negative. When back in the holidays, I want you to be negative, but you weren't. All right, go on.
Listen, this guy's not a Man United legend. I can't be positive for him.
Listen, legend.
Anthony can't even lift a cross over a player's head. How's Weghorst going to get the ball? Luke Shaw's playing at
on the right hand side.
One day,
Dalot as well.
Will put some
Dalot don't really cross like that.
I've been telling man,
wasn't great yesterday,
man,
man.
I've been telling people this for a long time. People, I don't know why this ideology of think that Diogo Dalot is actually something great at crossing. His crossing is actually woeful, man. Both our fullbacks
Needs to be
can't
better.
cross. Both our fullbacks
Joe
can't
can
cross.
cross, but only from certain. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, he's better for
he's
crossing. Yeah, when he's like further back,
Yeah.
But when he's actually had a byline, it's like, bro,
No,
you
he
might
can't
as
cross
well,
the byline.
you might as well start tracking back, man. You get what I mean? It's just that
Who's gonna cross him? That's say, man. Be more positive. Who's gonna cross? Just Rashford.
Bruno,
Yeah,
probably Bruno. You know, Bruno's gonna have to do it.
Shaw's good at delivery and whatnot, and being on the left hand side and driving
From
to
left
space.
centre back. Yeah, okay, left centre
To be
back.
fair, Bruno and Rashford are quite decent at crossing. I'll be real.
No, but I think
you see me. It's one of those things where, as I said, it's not a bad signing in the sense of it doesn't make us worse. And unless his character is horrible and he's saying, "Oh, I thought I was going to be starting and I'm on the bench," that becomes a problem. But in terms of you get a player who, is capable of playing football, and it's not a bad signing. The options that we have on the bench are terrible right now, so it's not a bad signing. But it doesn't move the needle for me at all, because really and truly, he only becomes an option really if we're really struggling in matches to play our normal way, and then we're going to go lump it up. So instead of putting Maguire up front like we did against Sociedad, we can put Wout Weghorst. Like, I don't see him moving the needle in any way that says, all right, now we're definitely going to secure third, or we're definitely, we got another body so we can balance all the 4 competitions. It doesn't.
What about if we do sign, and I'll bring you in, Kaz, as well. If we do sign him and Felix, would that not, and by the way, we're not pursuing Abu Bakr. That's the reality right now. Laurie Whitwell has just commented now, we're not getting Abu Bakr, so at least he's out of the situation. But if we do get Felix and Weghorst, Kaz, that at least, I mean, it kind of almost like all of a sudden people forget about the Weghorst signing. They just kind of
there's a hole in our squad again, because Donny van der Beek is going to be injured for a minute. So who replaces him? Now it's kind of like, again, if we're going to play 10 or an 8, I think the Felix would be a good option there. But again, Felix, I don't know if he's going to literally accept playing second fiddle to Bruno, if that's going to be the case, which kind of means, does he start tearing up the dressing room a little bit? Like, I don't know. He might be a lot more suited to Arsenal, if anything. I would honestly, in my opinion, start giving Iqbal a little bit more of a chance, if that's going to be, if you're not going to get no one, then at least use him a little bit more, man, because I can't see anything. I can't see anything else for us. We might as well just go get both. We need depth and we need quality, and obviously Felix for me is quality and can definitely be utilized a lot more, because Bruno can't play every game. Neeks, you might actually, all you might remember. Remember when Bruno plays too many games, he burns out towards the end of the season. Always does. I've seen it for the last 2 years. Burn out towards the end of the season because we're overusing him too much.
But I think
he was very tired yesterday. Look tired
for me
yesterday.
would come in as a,
to my surprise, still tracking back somehow. I don't know. Bruno's engine's unreal, actually, when you think
unreal, innit? He's got a 10.
Zamias here say, Big Steve, Arsenal still ahead of you, and like United relying on one player to score goals, you will finish third behind Newcastle. Big Steve, man, he's coming at you there, mate. He's coming at you there. But Neeks, you're gonna say something there, Neeks.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, for me, Felix comes in. I think it's more striker than number 10. That Ten Hag will play him in that position. Potentially rotate with Rashford in terms of left and through them. But I don't see him go into that number 10 role. I don't know. I think he's got the, not necessarily the instincts, but he's got the kind of the drive to score goals. So whether we're playing as a false 9 or whatever, I think Bruno, that number 10 position for me is, unless Bruno's injured, he's going to be playing there pretty much every game. And obviously, I think today, I think I was reading a quote from Ten Hag when he's talking about Martial, but he's not really talking about Martial. He's talking about more the profile of the striker. So he's like, the profile of Martial brings out the best in Rashford, which means he's open to getting someone who's maybe better or more available than a Martial. So I think anyone we bring in is that position, Martial's position, that's at risk from anyone else.
Jarvis says Weghorst will tie down the centre backs. Eric Ten Hag knows ball. You know, that was meant to be my question. You know, the debate was meant to be about Martial, Danny, in terms of, you know, a lot of the fan base are up in arms. You know what I mean? They want more from Martial. What's your perspective on Martial? Because there's a lot of people behind me quite impatient. I think they've had enough at Old Trafford. They just think that he hasn't got that killer touch anymore. They feel like he's lost a yard of pace. Is it explosive anymore? But then again, when United have their best moments, it all comes down from Martial picking up spaces in on the half turn and dropping in spaces where defenders don't want to go and catch him, really. And then he can, you know, do whatever he needs to do. But what's your perspective on Martial?
Well, last week I said his finishing's been poor.
Mm.
And then you saw yesterday, finishing poor. And also, he's in his head a little bit. You can see yesterday, there was a few occasions he could have made the extra pass and he would have had a good chance on goal, but he chose to shoot. He wants to bag a goal. He knows he hasn't scored in it in a few games, so he's in his head a little bit. His ball security, Martial was 50-50 yesterday. Like, on the ball, like, I'm not talking about his talent, I'm just talking about his efficiency was more what you expect from Rashford. Some good things and some bad things. Whereas I saw the ball bouncing off him and I'm like, that don't normally happen with Martial. Like, the ball this is a guy, when the ball hits his foot, it's a deft touch. It's not bouncing back into midfield and he's chasing it. That chance that he had with his right foot, I can't remember who put him in, but his first touch weren't soft. So he had to chase the ball for the finish. He was reaching. And normally he keeps that close to his body, opens his foot up and side foots that in. So his finishing needs to come back, man. The finish, like that person said it there, the finishing touch, it's not there right now. But you know what? Physically, he looked better yesterday. I saw him carrying the ball with speed. His pressing was better. The previous game, not the Wolves game, his pressing was terrible. Yesterday, his pressing was good. In fact, the front line pressed pretty well yesterday. We had a lot of good situations that we should have capitalized on. So
he just came back from injury, didn't he? Because he got injured in the mid-season friendly, didn't he?
I don't even just count it recently, Needs. He's been injured for 2 years. When a player's been injured for 2 years, he's not going to be in the best frame of mind and he's not going to be in peak physical condition. And he's approaching his late 20s.
But unless he stays fit, he's never going to get back to that, because he will have to have a consistent run of games with no injuries.
He needs to stay fit for at least a calendar year longer.
Yes, I'm saying. And then you hope by the end of that he can get back to the peak physical fitness or physicality at that point of his career. Not necessarily he's going to be as explosive as he was at 22, 23. But I was watching some highlights of the Everton game that we played in 2016, the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. And Martial was moving crazy. Like, he was, listen, the movement that he had, the way he was just driving past players, moving past them like they
his
weren't
explosiveness.
there. Yeah, he ain't got that anymore. And I know, I guess he's kind of probably bulked up a little bit as a striker, because you need to have that about you to be a bit stronger. But like, the option of him being on the left is gone.
I know that.
He has to go through the middle or nothing. And if you're gonna go through the middle, you can't be missing 2 games. You miss 3 headers inside the 6-yard box, 2-3 yards out. You can't miss them. I don't care whether it's 1-0 or it's 5-0. Like, you have to miss those goals, and it's probably in his head because he's missing those chances. And
Martial, I think Martial at the minute is the glue to gearing our attack. He might not necessarily be at the end of it, but he's almost the glue to starting the attacks. And I think sometimes it's more important than the actual goal at the end, because the way you get to that is what's going to be the final end result. So if you don't have that, the goal doesn't come. I think people need to respect that a lot, about Martial. They do. But at the same time, I'm not going to come here and deny what I see. I see a player that's lost his explosiveness. That's come through injury. That's come through, having an Achilles injury and whatever. And, the injury's mounting up. But I still believe he can play a vital role for Ten Hag. I do. I really do, because if we then start attacks with Rashford, again, he'll want to run at people. And sometimes he'll get lost in the moment. Like yesterday, I don't think he had a successful dribble. I could be wrong yesterday. I don't know if people saw it.
We're not going to be successful. We're not going to be successful, yeah.
Two of his assists came from kind of dribbling half past someone and got to register it, whatever, isn't it?
Okay.
No, hey, like you don't want Rashford. Rashford's best position isn't a striker.
There you
Unless
go.
you play certain games, like Manchester Derby coming up, Rashford for a striker may work. It may work. I'm not saying I'll go with Martial, but it may work. You play an Arsenal at the Emirates, it may work because you're playing high line counter attack. But generally, you want someone who can hold the ball up, who can link the play. Martial can do that if Martial is available, and that's where the big if comes in. If he's available, he is key to our system, but you can't bank on him being available for the season. That's the problem. That's really the problem.
Big up to Dan. He says man like Wedgie gets us 10 goals to help us into top 4. He will occupy centre backs. He's a lamppost, wins headers. We need physicality in the box. Big up to Dan Watson. He's giving you attributes. There was a guy asking for attributes. Dan Watson has given you them. And I think, ultimately, we need options. I think that's the main thing. I think overall, even when I look at the Kaz, when you look at, you're saying Bruno Fernandes looks tired and whatnot. I think he needs rest. I think Casemiro. But then again, the options that come off the bench, apart from Fred and Garnacho, aren't good enough. Who else is out there?
They stink, but I just don't. I'm kind of deep in as well. We're never going to be successful unless we have at least 2 of our attackers scoring us minimum 17 plus goals. 2 of them. And I'm talking about 17 plus goals like in the league. Like, because all the top teams have players that get 15, 10 or 20 plus in their front line. And we can't rely on Rashford to do that. I don't think Anthony's got in his locker to get 20 plus, let alone 15. Maybe he can get 10 at most. Then he needs to get a creative side on it about him. So I think Martial can get there, but it all depends on him if he keeps getting injured or he don't, or his body toughens up, because his time's limited. And I think Ten Hag might have a big debate on the summer if he doesn't pick up goals, because how do we rate strikers is from their goals, literally all the time. And he's not exactly as nippy as like a Jesus, but Jesus can get you 10 goals. Do you get what I mean? And link up play very, very well. And then you got your 2 inside forwards in Saka Martinelli going to get you probably 15 plus goals for this season. So we need one of it. Just depends, man. And it's a difficult one, because it might as well Chelsea. When Chelsea were successful under Tuchel, a lot of the goals were shared around the team. How long can that maintain for? Do you get what I mean? Before it starts looking bleak.
Yo, Cats, do you actually ever see him getting back to 1920 level?
I can. He just got to stay fit. That's it. If he can't stay fit, if he gets injured one more time, even for me, because I'm big up for Martial, I think it's like, nah, you know what? Cut ties now, man. I'm done. I need something fresh.
What in terms of goals? What do you mean, Danny?
Let me ask you a follow-up question.
Goals or explosive?
No, I'm talking because Martial 1920 link-up play and goal output was, I think he got 17 goals in the league. I think that's what's saying. That's what made me think about that season. So you got a choice going into next season. 1920 Martial or Vlahovic or Osimhen? Who are you picking?
Osimhen.
So you want a striker? In the end, you actually just want a striker.
No, but we need it regardless anyway.
No, but this is the thing as well. Because what I'm alluding to is, if you feel that way, then his days at Man United are numbered anyway. Like, I don't... Martial, for me, has to be the main man. Back fit, 1920 level.
How many games have we got left, Danny? Or anyone? Are we
in the league, through? We've played 17 games in the league. So when you add up the FA Cup, League Cup, which we're in, Europa League, we've got a lot of football to play.
So in about 19 games, for me, he has to pick up minimum 12 goals in the league alone. That's it. That's for me. You have to get me my 15 goals at least, and then we can pick up from there. That's top 4 for me done. Top 3's done, and then we can go from there. But if he can't get that, it's like, no, I think it's time to go, my guy. Like, I need a 20-goal striker. And don't say Harry Kane. Like, I was giddy for the fact of Harry Kane, and I thought, no, don't think so. Don't really want Harry Kane.
Wait, why not? I'll take Harry Kane. I'll take him.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. I keep hearing Bruno, he can drop deep. Bruno can run in behind. I'm like, yeah.
Harry Kane, is he even a striker anymore?
He's like a half. He's like a 9.5.
He might not be, but he's getting you 20 goals. So wherever you want to call him, he's getting you 20 goals. He's got 15 already for Spurs, and they've got nobody creating behind him. Nobody. I don't
need weak mentalities at my club anymore. Go shift that.
I think if Harry Kane, I think you'd see. I don't know, man. I don't know. I take Kane. I take him.
I'll take him, but I don't want him.
It depends. It depends on what the manager wants. Eric says sell McSauce 30 million in workhouse Felix Tielemans as well. I don't know if you're gonna get McTominay for 30 million, man. That's a lot of money for that, man.
We don't need to be signing anybody like Tielemans, man.
I'll keep Tielemans away from my club, man. Guy can barely make 60 minutes a game.
Bro, he's just as bad as Eriksen without the football, if not worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Off the ball, he's a horrible player, man.
And I saw that yesterday, without the football, Eriksen, my lord, he's.
If we play him against City, we're gonna get absolutely torn apart.
You think
that's a good question? You know,
Pogba could be. People got onto Pogba. Eriksen's worse about the football than Paul Pogba is. Before, you know that David De Gea mistake, which was weird, by the way. I don't even know what that. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, let's not discuss it, man.
People forget what led to that corner. Eriksen's on the edge of the box. Instead of closing the man down, man just did a Lindelof and backed off. I'm like,
backed off, innit? Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, though. I think we need to be very careful here. We start a thread, and it could be disaster. It really, really could, in terms of technically, being pressed. We've seen it before. Or an Eriksen who could do at big games, split defenses wide open with one pass.
Our best game this season was a big game, and Eriksen wasn't playing. Fred was playing.
I'd rather Fred there because we need to cover. We need cover, bro. I mean, not only do we need a pivot, we need cover that can play left and right. Eriksen's not gonna chase your Mahrez or Grealish's down or anything like that. And I think the low probably gets stripped again if Grealish plays.
I tell you what, as well. Listen, Casemiro, man, my favorite player this season. He's doing two people's work.
He is.
I'm to everybody, watch.
Man.
The next Man United game you watch, when the opposition has the ball, just watch. Even when Casemiro's not near the play, just watch him. He's covering. He's covering for two people. Just
two
watch
people. I'm glad you said that. I'm
not talking tackling. I'm talking his positioning and his decisions with his positioning. I've seen him look at Eriksen, see Eriksen's not in the right position. There's a passing lane open, and he just chills because the ball goes in. I need to be close to the center.
Is that on purpose though? Because I keep seeing it all the time. He doesn't press. He just almost does it. I might do it.
He just reads the game.
In the what game was it? In the Wolves game, there was like a rest defense situation. It's hard to do on camera. Like if the penalty box is here, like Eriksen's here, Casemiro's here, you're not even in camera, and you just see Casemiro fly past Eriksen on the counter pressing the ball. It's the most hilarious. Eriksen was just still. Casemiro just flies into shot. I'm like, where did he come from?
I've never seen us play against Wolves, right, where the middle of the park is shut, bro. Like you're gonna have to climb. You're gonna have to try to climb over the gate with the spikes and the anti-climbing paint on it. It's not happening though, is it? Because it's I don't know, man. It's just Casemiro. I've never seen him. The middle of the park is locked.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Or what about this option? Maybe play Bruno in Eriksen's position and then kind of get who could we play in that 10 role?
None.
But he's not playing that. He's not playing what in the early part of the season. I kind of get what you're saying.
He's not playing the 10, by the way. Bruno Fernandes.
You don't play with a 10. With a 10. You don't play like 10. Don't use a 10. Like he doesn't play with a 10 like that.
He doesn't.
Even when he had only 18, 19, Donny weren't playing like a normal 10. Neither was Berghaus in 21, 22 or the season before.
But the good thing is, though, Danny,
I don't think that helps
for everyone, Man City don't have that intensity this season, and that could be a kind of something that Ten Hag might play upon. And hopefully on that day, he's got to rest them, though. Please, Ten Hag, rest them against Charlton. I don't want to be seeing the big guns against Charlton. Respectfully, we can beat Charlton with McTominay and a few other men on the pitch. Give some, because I'm looking at Casemiro. I was watching him, and he was knackered coming off that pitch. So we've got to use them wisely. Let me ask you a question.
Go on.
Just a quick one. Would you start Wan-Bissaka over Dalot against Man City?
If Dalot gives another performance like that, yeah, maybe, but he needs to get fitness.
No, I wouldn't, because Wan-Bissaka's done well, and I would start him against Charlton, for example. But I think if we go into the Man City game, say let's draw. We just want to draw. We want to draw, nothing else from it. Then maybe you might start Wan-Bissaka, but we still have to have an intention to try and win the game. And I think the way that we build up and the way that we attack is very much better with Dalot than Wan-Bissaka. And Dalot's not he's done well defensively this season.
Very
tackling,
well, very well.
tackling one-on-one. No, he's not on Wan-Bissaka's level. But positionally, Wan-Bissaka's not great anyway. So you're losing that one aspect, one-on-one tackling and that kind of thing. But going forward, I think there's a big difference. And yeah, he's crossing it, but just carrying the ball at the field and the linking with linking with Anthony, it's not great anyway. But it's better than Wan-Bissaka. So I would start Dalot.
No, it's not.
Personally.
No, it's
No,
not. I
no.
saw Wan-Bissaka. I saw
No,
two
no.
players that don't understand each other play link
No,
up
it's
more
not.
well than Dalot and
Anthony-
Anthony.
Anthony and Dalot link as like a wide player and fullback linking up is a myth. I said this.
No, that's
before
what I
the
just said.
World Cup.
I said it's not that great, but it's
No,
better.
but Wan-Bissaka with Anthony, just from a positional point of view, because Anthony ignores his fullback anyway.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Don't
Like
say
people don't. I was saying this in the previous stream. If you forget Wan-Bissaka, how ugly he is on the football. Watch how he times his run into the final third, and if he supports his right winger properly.
He does.
He doesn't get the ball, but pay attention to where he is. He makes better runs than Dalot. But obviously, Dalot's just a more competent football player overall.
Absolutely.
The only
It's
thing
fair
with
to say
Dalot
that,
is-
you know. It's fair to say that.
The only thing with Dalot is his worst defensive performance this season for me was against City.
It's
It
that
wasn't-
early yellow card that done it for me. That early yellow
Yeah, the
card
early
that
yellow
was
card,
deserved.
definitely.
It put his head into a next place. But
But then it's a toss of a coin because then with Wan-Bissaka, defensively you trust him. But then it might be too soon for him because City are going to put you under pressure. Like when they turn over the football, they're going to press the ball. Can we trust Wan-Bissaka to maintain the levels of concentration we've seen in the previous few things?
This is it, man.
His
This is it, bro.
concentration is the only thing that keeps a handle on the flaws that we know he has with the football. It's a concentration issue for me. So City might apply the right pressure for us to see the Wan-Bissaka that we don't want to see. You get what I'm saying?
And his positioning and his back post, whether it's crosses in the air or crosses on the ground, or he just leaves a liability at crosses. Wan-Bissaka's going to lose his man away, and we know how City like to just get the crosses.
to be
in, whether it's
fair,
in the air
against
or
Bournemouth,
not.
he done well with crosses. Like it was a lot better.
Surprisingly, he did. That is, I saw that and I wondered, are we going to see an improvement? Because he
I'll still
can't,
sell him.
man. I always say it. The ball goes in the air. It's like the GPS. Like man turned off the data mode on the phone. Man can't. You know when you're on Google Maps, you turn it off. You take a turn. Don't know where you are. That's what he is when the ball's in the air, innit? But against Bournemouth, to my surprise, yeah, he looked like maybe, just maybe, Ten Hag's got him working on that, innit? So
Yeah, no, listen, man. It's positive feelings. Like I said, we got options, man. Similar on the left hand side, we got options in the centre back pairing as well. Hopefully, Lisandro Martinez can be ready for the derby and whatnot. But listen, man, United have got options on here. And let's see what happened to the strike issue, man. It's scrambling. We're scrambling at the minute, man. We are genuinely scrambling at the minute for a striker. So if it's going to be Workhouse, if it's going to be Depay, if it's going to be Felix, either way, man, this isn't the plan. This isn't the plan, man. But we'll see, man. But guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for all tuning in to the show, the debate show. Big up to Kaz from Never a Foul. Big up to you, bro. Love for coming on, man.
It's calm, man. Enjoy it. I think it's my first debate show as well.
There you go, then. So big up to you, man. Big up to Neek Sport. Big up to you for coming on, bro.
Yeah, blessed for having me and happy New Year again. Yeah, good to be back.
Absolutely. And then Danny, hopefully you recover Saturday night from that KFC, man. You know what I mean?
that KFC got me. I'm gonna have to go to sleep, and that KFC finished me. But listen, man, go follow me on Twitter, man. The blue tick's there now, innit? Shout out to the man that getting the blue ticks, man.
Yeah. Do your thing, man. Do your thing, bro.
The agenda's gonna get more nasty as well. Trust me. Now I've got that blue tick, man. I'm gonna run.
Is man banging F for the blue tick or what? That's good.
Huh?
Is man banging F for the blue tick?
Yeah, listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Guys, there's still over 700 in the chat. I don't know how many likes we're on right now, but please, guys, it doesn't cost you a penny to like the video. It helps the algorithm. It pushes the show further forward in the search bar. So please like the video. And I'll be back tomorrow night for this unfiltered show with me, Andy Tate Flawless, and Double A. So check us out tomorrow night, hopefully around 8 p.m. And then, yeah, man, we'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.